What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Empire 161 Show, Season 7, Episode 6, on this beautiful Sunday evening here in New York City. Thanks for joining us as always. If you're joining us at the Facebook live stream, if you're joining us on YouTube or wherever you found your audio and podcast, we always appreciate the support. And yes, we got Austin Wells' new walk-up music by D4L. Laffy Taffy. I don't know why. We have no answers for this, but it is what it is. I just happened to stick out there. So, we got a lot of stuff to get into here, but I am Ed, and with me as always is Lisa. Lisa, what is up? What's going on?
I'm not even mad at this. He does pick some pretty random songs though, but this is bringing me back to maybe right after college. So, we have a lot to talk about today. We are going to talk about how the Yankees swept the Red Sox and how the Yankees almost swept the Astros, but they did at least take the series, which we always love. We are also, folks, we both got to try the fried chicken ice cream mini bucket. And we're going to tell you how that was. I'm not even going to say anything right now, but we're going to tell you how it was when we get into it. We'll also quickly talk about how we went to see the Savannah Bananas versus the Party Animals and some of the things that they had specifically for that 2 series of games played at Yankee Stadium. And we're going to, of course, we have to talk about what happened with the Red Sox recently. Shout out to Ryan Weathers because he's a new daddy. And I thought the cutest thing about that, just really quickly, was that they did a footprint on a baseball.
That is pretty awesome.
I don't know if you saw that, but that was super duper cute that they put the baby's footprint on a baseball. I was trying to find the picture that they posted on the Yes Network because they said the baby's name in the picture. I know it's a boy. I don't remember his name. And I couldn't find it on Ryan Weathers' X account. But congratulations to him and his wife because he came right back to work to join a really big series with the Yankees. And then we're also going to talk briefly about a little boy in Boston that the Yankees got to meet.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice story there. That came in over the week. But what do you think? Roster moves, or do you want to do food? Where do you want to go?
Well, I only knew about one of them. You're the one that broke the news about the other one right before we started. So I think the roster moves are quick.
Yeah, it should be pretty quick. All right. So, though, just before we did get on here, within about the last 15 minutes or so, we did learn that Jason Dominguez has been recalled to the Yankees. So it's an interesting move, I would say, because the corresponding move is Luis Gil has been sent back down to the minors. And he had an interesting week as well, which we'll talk about more in a little bit. But yeah, the Yanks go with an extra bat. Also, it's just it makes sense, and then it is, I'll just say interesting. Right, because they are facing, without giving their names, they are facing 3 righties coming up in Texas. So imagine Dominguez, you want that left-handed bat, even though yes, he's a switch hitter, but his right-handed bat not quite up to the same level. But yeah, I guess it makes sense. So you would imagine we're going to see him a bunch for this upcoming series. But it's like Stanton not officially going on the IL, because I would have assumed that would have been a corresponding move. But maybe it's not that bad. All right, maybe he just needs a minute, and that's it. So it's something to keep an eye on there. But yeah, I always figured, we even talked about this, right? Like a bunch, where we figured at some point during the season, if Dominguez was hitting, that if something happened with Stanton, he would be the first call up. And
yeah,
it sort of happened. Not exactly, kind of, maybe. I guess it matters to see what happens with Stanton, right? Because I figured you would imagine he'll start it today. So that gives them a couple of days and the off day, right, mixed in on Thursday, for Stanton to get some time before they have to make a decision. And then at that point, they would have to recall, another starting pitcher. Or they go with Ryan Yarbrough, but then you're one man short in the bullpen. So,
right.
I don't know. Rosters are going to be a little in flux this week.
Yeah, well, also remember Angel Shavili, Shavili, I think, was placed on the 15-day IL, and that was retroactive to the 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
So there is somebody on the IL that makes a little bit of room, but
yeah. Well, when they sent Weathers down, because you had mentioned Ryan Weathers when he was on the paternity list, right? And I know it's a 3-day max, so for a starting pitcher, it's really not like he didn't miss anything. He didn't even miss one turnaround. Like he was already back, which was perfect. But yeah, they recalled Jake Bird at that time, and that gas can is still here. And he pitched well yesterday. I mean, I'll give him that. Like, he did have a good inning, but with him, it's wait and see, which is why I refer to him as like a gas can, because you throw him on a volatile situation, and then all of a sudden, there we go. We're blowing shit up right away.
I was wondering what that meant.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. It's like, you got to fire, right? Like, because like it is referred to at times where relievers being firemen. Like, there even was like an award for the best reliever being called the fireman. And then you have the opposite. You have the reliever who comes in is like, oh, you think you're having a shit inning?
Let me make it better.
Yeah, shit. Let me just go ahead. Yeah, let me just work. Let me just throw some gasoline over this bitch, and then it's just there, and that's it.
So like Camilo Duvall.
Yeah, at times
for the most part.
Yeah, he has his moments. I still want to believe in him, but he makes it difficult sometimes. He really does. But Jake Bird and Paul Blackburn are just instant. Like, yeah, they're like the charcoal. They're you didn't even have to put the lighter fluid on. You kind of just drop the match and bam, it's instant. That's how I feel about both of them. They should just, I don't know. Yankees bullpen's got some work to do, but yeah, those were a lot of roster moves that were going on here. So I think something to keep an eye on. I mean, shit, I'm really hoping. I mean, we'll talk about Stanton in a little bit. I'm sure as hell hoping he's not on the IL. I mean, looked like he was starting to heat up again, like he was getting going again.
Yeah,
I mean, he always kills the Red Sox, but
he sure did.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to mention a few things about Luis Hill? Or do you want me to wait?
No, of course. Go for it.
Okay. So this is as per one of my favorites on X, Katie Sharp, and one of yours too. Mm-hmm. He's pitched 12 fewer innings than anyone else on the team this season, and has allowed the most walks, which is 11, the most home runs, which is 6, and the most earned runs, which is 13.
Yeah, it's like that.
Go back.
Yeah, it's rough. It's been rough for him, and like it's really been a rough go, because, like you mentioned, his velocity being down and everything like that, and like he's simply not the same guy from a couple of years ago, for whatever reason that is. He's really, I still think he's got potential there, but with the Yankees, situation with the starting rotation, like they're so deep, like. You just can't. You can't keep on having that one guy who every turn around, pick the one who's not like the others, and then it just keeps on being him, unfortunately. So maybe he goes down and works it out, and so maybe he gets recalled. Maybe he is the guy who gets recalled. I don't know if they have any other options here, because Rodon is still doing his. He's not going to be ready by like the end of the week the next time around. So,
right.
Oh, like I said, something interesting to keep an eye on there. All right, so shall we talk about some food?
Absolutely.
All right, so I know last week we had mentioned that there wouldn't be any food reviews because we're like, hey, the Yankees on the road trip, like that's it. But I guess it kind of skipped our minds that we were going to see the Savannah Bananas, which was supposed to be Saturday night and got moved ahead to Friday. Kudos to them for moving up because the weather here in New York was absolutely garbage yesterday, and that would have been pretty miserable to try to sit through. And I don't even know if they do rain delays, and I don't even know how that works with them. But
it was garbage well after 10 a.m.
Well, yeah, I mean, if the Savannah Bananas started at like 7, they were 8 a.m. They would have been able to.
I'm just saying. No, you know why I'm saying that.
Yes, but I do think in the end it was the right call, though. In the end, it turned out to be.
Yeah.
But it's here nor there. But yeah, so shockingly, in a completely shocking move, the Yankees restocked the fried chicken ice cream mini buckets when the Savannah Bananas were in town. So I hope that means the next homestand they should be good. I was astounded because driving to the stadium, I was listening to the fan, and they had mentioned it that they were restocked. So I texted you guys, like the group we were going with, and I'm like, hey, that's it, fried chicken bucket ice cream. Let's make it happen. And was very easy. Happen. We did. It was very easy too. It wasn't a long line. We walked right up to the first stand we went to on the field level, and it was readily available. I was completely stunned. I thought it was like, oh, we'll get there early. We'll be online for half an hour for this thing or more, and let's see. But it was super easy. So, Lisa? What did you think? I mean, we made 2 of them work.
So they come in a very tiny little bucket that's like no bigger than this soda can. And there are 2 in there, and Ed's wife Angie graciously offered me a bite, as did Ed, but I only took 1 bite. That bite was life-changing.
Wow. Okay.
That, I mean, we've heard, I saw Michael K's review when he did K Eats Tendies, even though it's not really. And he wasn't kidding. He wasn't kidding. It was so good.
Yeah.
Now you had a whole piece, and I videoed it for the audience.
You did.
But let's get your reaction today as well.
Grand slam. Right off the
Absolutely.
bat. Grand slam to the level of like Judge hitting it over the bleachers, like that kind of like shot. I mean, it really did live up to the hype. Sometimes there's things that don't live up to the hype. This is one of those things that absolutely did. Yeah, Lisa mentioned like the buckets are pretty small. Shoot, I have it downstairs. I meant to bring it up to.
But it's like this size. It's just a little bit wider. This is a small soda can.
Yeah.
It really is about this size, but just like a little tiny bit wider than that.
Yeah. So you get 2 of them, and I think it was like $10-11 or something like that. So, and they're frozen. They're ready to go. It takes 2 seconds to get. Yeah, it was awesome. It was really awesome. You're right. From the first bite on, it's great. It was a like refreshing, nice snack. Vanilla ice cream, the cookie bone, on the inside and stuff, which is the chocolate, which I do wish, and maybe they will escalate it to chocolate ice cream at some point. But it was, for what it was, you still got the vanilla chocolate things. Like, I don't hate vanilla at all, but I do like it mixed with chocolate, so you can get like a little chocolate taste to it. And that's exactly what this was. Now, the cornflake outside was great. It sticks together. It doesn't fall apart on you instantly and stuff like that, which is what I was kind of wondering if that's how it was going to work. Like, how does it hold together? But no, they were like frozen solid. So it's all good. It's a pretty neat treat to have. But yeah, I'm still kind of like amazed that we pulled it off at a Savannah Bananas game.
Yeah.
I just didn't know when it was going to actually happen. And I was just amazed also by the ease of it as well. But yeah, 2 thumbs up, grand slam.
I'm curious. I'm wondering if people that were like a lot of the people that went there, maybe they're not Yankee fans or something. I don't know. Or maybe it's because they had their kids with them, and the kids wouldn't probably try to eat that because maybe kids would be thrown off that it looks like chicken or whatever. So, because I saw a lot of families getting ice cream, but they weren't really getting that. They were getting the other thing that we got to have, which was also good. And I just saw that it was only for those two games with Savannah Bananas. So,
Yeah,
and did you know that they had a shake too? The Bananas Foster shake? I missed that.
I did not. I did not see that on the menu.
Yes.
I think once I saw my eyes locked into the chicken bucket, it didn't
Banana.
say sold out, and then the banana
Yeah.
cream picture was there.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we also had the banana cream. Make sure I get the name right exactly, because I know I took the picture of the menu thing because it's easier to.
Yeah. I was just,
Banana cream pie nachos.
that is not what I would have called it at all. I was
So
calling it the banana cream helmet cup.
I mean, you're also right. You're not wrong. That at all. I mean, it's both would be good.
Nachos, I mean, I understand what they're doing because they had the
Yeah,
vanilla wafers in it,
exactly.
which
So
I could have done without the vanilla wafers. They were good, they were fine, but I was like, I don't need this many. I didn't need that many.
wow, I was using it as a spoon most of the time, like, and kind of like scooping it with that
Oh
until I
yeah.
couldn't. That I was trying to incorporate, like, so vanilla Mr. Softy, banana cream filling, Nilla wafers, whipped cream, and rainbow sprinkles served in a Yankees souvenir helmet, which was in blue or pink. I'm surprised they didn't do Savannah Bananas helmet,
Yeah.
but whatever.
It's
I
probably
mean,
because they already had the helmets.
yeah, it made it easier. Which, by the way, I did notice, and I don't know if this has always been the case. I feel like it wasn't. But on the batting helmet, it actually says Rawlings.
Ah, that's
I
cute.
was very surprised. I don't remember there ever being a thing. I don't even know what the hell it stood out to me this time. But Lisa, what would you say about the banana cream pie nachos? What is your rating for that?
Um, hmm. I'll give that. I'll give it a triple.
Triple, okay. Because you
Yeah.
didn't. It was the wafers. The wafers.
Too many wafers for me. Yeah, I'll give it a triple. It was it was great, but it was not the fried chicken ice cream. Nowhere near that.
I enjoyed it a lot. I'm gonna go with home run, not
Okay.
grand slam. Home
Okay.
run. I do hope they decide to bring it back. I mean, it is kind of cool that you do have these like limited time menu options and stuff. Um, I do enjoy that, but I still think you can find a way to like bring that back later in the season,
Yeah.
just for whatever. But it was really good, and again, it was vanilla ice cream. Um, I still would always wonder, like I would prefer if you can pick the. I don't know. Maybe you could have. I could have asked for chocolate ice cream. Maybe they would have
I
done it.
think you could have because the girl that served me asked me, "Did you want vanilla?"
Oh, okay.
And she also asked me about the sprinkles. She said, "Do you want rainbow sprinkles or blue?"
Oh,
I was like, "Rainbow."
okay.
Yeah. So I think you
So,
could have.
all right. So maybe I should have. I think I was just like so locked into like whatever. Let's go. Plus, I also do like to kind of try however it was intended to be at first, and then if I start again, maybe like, hey, give me some chocolate ice cream and some blue sprinkles instead, or something like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I really liked it a lot. Like I said, the vanilla wafers, scooping the ice cream and the whipped cream out was I think was the way to go. It kind of like incorporates all of it, um, and it kind of I guess makes it like the nachos as they're trying to like advertise it as. So I
I
think
think I think what I didn't like about the wafers is that they got soggy after because there were so many that like they would just be sitting in there, and a couple of mine got soggy on the part that was like in the ice cream. I think that's why I didn't love them.
I get it. Yeah, I can see that. I dogged mine. Admittedly, I went to town, so I did there
Well,
was no
I also
soggy.
had a spoon, so
Oh yeah, remember I didn't have a spoon at first, so all
you
that
hadn't
mattered
grabbed the
was the
spoon at
wafer.
first, yeah. So
I
that's why
actually
you ate yours.
I got the spoon because there was no more wafers at that point. I
Yeah.
had to let go. So yeah, so I did the reverse. It was really good though. So I would
That
like to. I hope others have the opportunity at some point.
so that having that specialty dessert specifically for the Savannah Bananas game made me think. wouldn't it make sense? And I'm talking about all ballparks. I think this would be cool if all the ballparks took one signature dish from their visiting team
Mm-hmm.
and sold
Oh, and
it at
serve it.
their stadium while that team was in town. Just one signature dish. I think that would be cool.
That would be cool. I mentioned last year. I don't know how often they were doing it, but the Yankees did something like that when they played the Cubs last year. They they did sell a limited time Italian beef sandwich, which is a staple in Chicago.
Uh-huh.
Which was delicious, by the way, because me and Mike had it when we were there and we caught it on social media. I just think they should have done a better job advertising that. Like it
Hmm.
wasn't in like the email when you buy tickets, you get an email the day of, and it says a featured food item. Like that's what should be on it. And I remember that not being the case. And I thought it was weird. It's like if you're doing this for a limited time, why are you not like pumping your chest out about it a little bit more? Like
So
why
how
is it
did
not over?
you just found it by mistake or
Yeah, I was scrolling and on they just happened to put it out on like Twitter or Facebook. It was one or the other, and I'm like, huh. And I sent it to Mike right away, and it was like, we're definitely in. Like this is what we're getting tomorrow. Um, and it was delicious. So yeah, I do think you could do something like that, or something specific from the. You're right. Maybe it's from their ballpark. Um, the two times I remember seeing something like that was they had a thing that me and Angie and actually Steve Bernstein went to. It was like I had the helmet at work from it. It was called like MLB Food Truck or something like that. And they
mm,
had a little station from every ballpark, and they all sent like a signature dish there.
oh,
And
that's
you
so
got a
cute.
bracelet, and you got to go to this, and you went and sampled all of it. And that is how the first time I got to actually have the grasshoppers from Seattle. I was like, "What is this?"
You had them in Yankee Stadium
No, I
first?
had them in the MLB food thing. It was on Fifth Avenue. It was like in a building. No, it
Oh.
wasn't at Yankee Stadium. Sorry, I didn't explain that right. It wasn't
Oh.
at Yankee Stadium. It was like an MLB event on like a Saturday night.
Oh, I thought you had them for the first time when you went there.
No, I didn't. I didn't. I actually had them like there was
Oh.
they gave you like sample versions.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
wasn't like
yeah.
the full thing. Like
Sure.
yeah, so they had that. Like the Yankees, if I remember right, I think they had like there's the steak sandwich. Like they had like mini
The
slider
LaBelle's.
versions of it.
Hmm.
Yeah, Little Bell steak sandwich. Let's go. Mando came in here, was by my feet, and then he vanished again. Um, yeah, there was that, and then when I had gone to the London series, Yankees Red Sox,
Hmm.
their food was the signature dish of every team. That's where I had the me and Angie got the boomstick from Texas there, which was the 2 foot long hot dog with like, and you have it in a carrying case, and we obviously shared this thing, but it
Yeah.
was like it had all the works. So when we went to Texas last year, we didn't get the boomstick. We tried something else because we were like, we already
Sure.
had this actually, and they have
Yeah.
boomstick nachos. We got that for the second game that we were in London. It's basically just
Hot dog
nachos.
nachos?
No. It was just like nachos, 2 foot long nachos in the carrying case,
Oh, okay.
and you
I would
got
like
like
that.
big nachos, which is what it was.
I would like that.
Yeah, and they had boomstick something else. I don't know. Like that's what Texas is. They do like these boomstick versions. That just means like 2 foot long version of something.
Because everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah, they were just rolling with that. So, but yeah, I do agree. Like that would be kind of cool if they were able to like incorporate that a little bit more, and you have to try other stuff.
I mean, MLB or New York Yankees, feel free to hire us as your food PR team. Like, you know.
Yeah, no,
How much
yeah,
fun would that be? My God, that's a great job.
it would be. Yeah, right. You just kind of like figure out what
Make up
food.
food.
Yes, that's all.
I want to know the genius behind the fried chicken ice cream. Like,
I don't know. Yeah, because I also do think, from what I understand, this was like a thing outside, right? Like I think it existed prior. It wasn't like a huge like thing. And then the Yankees are the ones who are like pushing it. I've never heard of it either until now,
oh, me
but
either.
I've heard someone mention that it was like it existed outside of that. I don't know if it's like the same exact thing. It's just the concept basically
Okay.
of that. But it is a crazy concept, and yeah, I mean, we both gave it a grand slam. So if you do find your way, get to Yankees. If you're going to a game, get there early. I recommend
Right.
and try to check out
Highly
those things.
recommended. And you will not be full from it either.
No, it's a nice snack to have because it's really two small like drumsticks, air quotes.
Yeah.
To have there, and that's it. All right, so let's talk about some baseball then. As Lisa had mentioned, the Yankees did go ahead and sweep the Red Sox up in Boston. The first game was a Final Four zip. The aforementioned Luis Heel did get the win in that game, but apparently he just owns the Red Sox because his record at the time was 1-1. He lasted 6 1/3, no earned runs, 2 hits, 3 walks, 2 Ks. So not like a super impressive stat line, which kind of probably tells you again, little owning them. The Red Sox kind of being the Walking Dead for the most part. Nonetheless, Giancarlo Stanton though 2 for 4 with his 3rd home run of the season, 3 RBIs and a double and a run scored. Randall Grichuk, who we were kind of getting on a little bit, was 2 for 4 in this game. And Jazz Chisholm waking up, signs of life, 2 for 4 on the evening. One of them was a bunt single, which was an interesting choice at that point. But I actually had no issue with the bunt single, to tell you the truth, in that situation, because you were setting up Jose Caballero, who has been red hot. And I know it set up like a righty-righty matchup, and traditionally that would have been like, what are you doing? But I actually kudos to Jazz for like being aware, like, dude, I'm ice cold. I'm just going to get on base anyway, anyhow, right? Because that's what we usually say. And he did. I mean, didn't work out, but I mean, I'm not killing him for that. I don't mind the move. Yeah, a nice way to start off the interesting week in Boston. I will say that one here, and for Luis Hill.
Yeah.
You got anything further on this one?
The only thing I have is that the Yankees X account had a really cute post. So after Giancarlo Stanton hit, is this the bomb home run?
Yes. This was
really, I'm looking at how many feet it was. It doesn't seem like it was a bomb. But okay, sorry, I'm just looking at how many feet it was, and I was like, he's hit further than that. But their X account said the green monster checks under its bed for Big G, which I thought was super duper cute. Also, I forgot to mention, did you see how what is their mascot? What's his name? Wally?
Yeah, Wally.
Wally was trolling Meredith Marakovitz again.
Yeah, they have this like ongoing battle. She has this whole thing going on with like mascots around, like where it's just, especially Wally.
Particularly him, though. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's always some funny stuff.
It's always cute. But that's it. That's the only real thing I had for the game.
Well, the Yankees would clinch the series officially the following night by taking that one by a final of 4-1. Max Fried, dominant, back to his dominant self. He picked up the win, giving him his record was 3-1 at the time. 8 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 2 walks, and 9 Ks. Ahmed Rosario, 1 for 1 on the night. His 4th homer of the year, drove in 4. Giancarlo Stanton, 2 for 4 with 2 doubles on the evening. So that was, again, a nice, easy peasy way to go up there and just kind of like, I don't know. It was kind of like there was no pushback really from the Red Sox, and little rumblings before the Yankees not taking care of business in AL East. I mean, they certainly did in this one. So
I really enjoyed when the Red Sox fans were doing their little chant that they always do when we're in town. And then we did what we did to them. So I just really appreciate that little dig right back, because that chant did not go anywhere.
It's the best response.
It's completely the best response. So as you said, Max Fried had a dominant start, and it was his 3rd scoreless start this season and his 5th quality start out of 6 starts overall.
The last 2 of them. Remember, we had mentioned that it was like he wasn't exactly lights out, right? Like he was for his standards.
Yeah, but this one was.
This was it. This was vintage Max Fried. This is like who we expect every time out, and it was again, good to see him go out there and just like completely lights out and shut him down.
Mm-hmm.
The Yanks would complete the sweep of the Red Sox by a final of 4-2. This game was real interesting though because Cam Schlittler is the one who he was our starter this evening, and we had mentioned last week he was getting death threats and all this other crap that was going on here around him, and I know you had mentioned there after the game, like the warm ups and stuff like that. It wasn't so bad, and like he expected worse, and apparently it was calmed down. He got the win. Pitching, in the ballpark he grew up going to. I mean, he grew up a Red Sox fan. He grew up in Massachusetts, so that must have been pretty sick for him. His record's now 3-1, 8 innings, which again, pretty impressive for him too as well because he's always going that deep into games. 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. David Bednar ended up coming in to get the save, his 7th of the season. Jazz, speaking of first, 2 for 4 with his first home run of the year. Good to see him get that little shot around the pesky pole. 2 runs scored. Cody Bellinger with a big pinch hit 2-run single later in the game. He ended up getting a second at bat as well, so he was 1 for 2 on the evening. And Jose Caballero was 2 for 4 with a double and a run scored. So this one, I mean, it was the Red Sox did push back a little bit. Like, this was a tight game until late when the Yankees pulled away later on. But yeah, I mean, kudos to Schlittler for doing what he did in that one. Set the tone, a lot of motivation for what's going on here. And if you're fans who are doing that kind of crap, that's ridiculous. That's
a bit much.
It's a bit much, and yeah, especially for like someone who like grew up there. I mean, listen.
If anything, you should be like excited that somebody homegrown made it to the major leagues and is like doing his thing.
Exactly. I mean, sure, he got drafted by your arch rival, but like he has no control over that either.
Right.
And you guys were up there chirping him in the playoff game, and he shut that down. No wonder why he's reacting the way he is, because he does have that attitude of kind of like, are you going to mess with me? I'm going to mess with you then. Like, that's it. Like, you're going to come after me. He's going to go with it. And, he knows there's a brother in the clubhouse and stuff like that. Like, he's with his team now. So that's the way, it's just simply going to be. So, you got any more stats on this before? Because I know we wanted to talk about that pretty nice story involving the Yankees, and I know Schlittler was involved in that too as well.
Yes, he was. Yeah, I have 2 things here. The first is that when Jazz Chisholm hit his home run, it went 333 feet, and that's the shortest home run of his career. I mean, like, it was just like, boop.
Hey, listen, whatever it takes to get it going, right?
Whatever works. I mean, I can't hit it that far, so. And then the other stat is actually about the Boston starter of that game, Peyton. I don't know if it's Toll or Tolley. He was the first pitcher to open with 5 straight strikeouts versus the Yankees since Casey Fossum in August of 2002.
Wow. And that name kind of rings a bell, actually, a little bit. Wow.
Yeah, it rang a bell for me, too.
A little bit. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You have a stat. I was going to go to the 2 stories.
Yeah, I do have a quick stat also, by the way, to emphasize Cam Schlittler's start. So only 5 pitchers in MLB history have an ERA below 2.70, 120-plus strikeouts, and 40 or less walks in their first 20 career starts. It is Paul Skeens, Gary Nolan, Steven Strasburg, Jacob deGrom, and now Cam Schlittler. So he's in some pretty elite company here. That's just to put into perspective of how awesome Cam Schlittler's been, and how legitimately excited the fan base is for this kid. So
very excited.
Yeah, yep. Pretty awesome. So that was my stat before before we go over to the story.
Yeah. So we have 2 things to talk about. I think we should save the happy one for second. I mean, well, no, I wouldn't call the other one happy.
Go for it.
Alex Cora thinks it's happy because he tweeted that after he got let go. Like, he literally just wrote "happy!" exclamation point. So yeah, the first story is that I don't know how many days ago it was. 2 days ago.
Well, Alex
It was
Cora?
after our series, yeah.
That was yesterday.
Oh, it was yesterday. Jeez.
Yeah.
All right. I was going. I don't. The way Twitter shows up for me, I don't like how things don't go in exact chronological order for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. But anyway, so yesterday, Alex Cora, the bench coach Ramon Vasquez, the hitting coach Peter Fatsi, and game planning coach Jason Varitek, which I was like, is that a real? I first of all, I hate him. Oh, I don't hate him. I don't hate him. That's harsh. I dislike that man.
Sports hate. You can say sports
Or I
hate.
sports hate him. I sports
Yes.
hate him. Thank you. Um. So, but like game planning coach, what is that? They were all fired from the Red Sox after they had a 17-1 win over, I believe, the Orioles. In his tenure as the coach, Alex Cora had 119 wins, and he had a World Series title. Apparently, he is very happy that he's no longer part of the team. And I mentioned that he posted the word happy. And then after that, I think this is really amazing. He posted a video of Mookie Betts talking positively about him and how much, like in the video, Mookie Betts says, "I low key still watch Boston games. I get excited, and it's all because I love Alex Cora." I mean, I think like that. The fact that he posted that is hilarious to me. And did you see the the um the sticker that was on the van that took all of those coaches away?
No, I didn't.
So it was like a black van. And when they were fired, they were all like like escorted to the van, and
Uh-huh.
the van had a thing on, like a decal on it in the corner on the bottom that said "Coaches for Hire LLC."
That's bizarre.
That's so
It's very.
ironic.
It's quite bizarre. Um.
So, what are your thoughts about this, Ed?
Well, number one, I'm taking credit for it because I think the Yankees broke the Red Sox. I think they were like I mentioned it. I used the analogy. It's probably because like I don't know. I'm pretty excited for the new Mortal Kombat movie, but yeah, it was basically like they were just kind of like waving around, and it was like finish him, and then the Yankees came in and just fatality, just ended them. A little bit weird that they waited a couple of days though until after a 17-1 win. That was
Yes.
bizarre. Um, Alex Cora is not going to be unemployed long. He will get
No.
hired by somebody, some form of coach, on some way. I mean, he has a close relationship with Aaron Boone.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if that would be something where he'd be like, "Hey, I'm just going to join the coaching staff for the year and whatever," just to kind of stick it to the Red Sox a little bit because it seems like he's definitely on that right now. I also saw Garrett Whitlock came out and mentioned
Yes.
that they were not allowed to ask questions about it.
Yup. Yup.
This
And,
is
and
very weird.
that they were told, like, just play ball. Just focus on that's your job, is to play ball. Yeah, it really.
Yeah.
So all the I was going through an X rabbit hole from like different sports reporters,
Mm-hmm.
and pretty much all of them were saying, so you get rid of the coaching staff, even though, like, outside of the beginning of this year, like, all the decisions that were made came from above the coaching staff. So the problem still exists.
Yeah. And a great analogy for that I had seen, and I want to credit where I saw it from because it is pretty priceless, and I don't want to say the wrong name here, but yeah, let me just pull this up because I literally was crying laughing. So, anonymous Red Sox alum on Alex Cora's
Yep,
firing. You saw this?
I did.
Quote, "It's like shitting your pants and changing your shirt." That is a perfect way to put it. Because yeah, he didn't put the team together. So basically what they're saying with this move, management is saying that yeah, you have the players that should be you have the talent. It's your fault you're not motivating them properly. You're not utilizing them properly. Kind of find that a little hard to believe. Just no. And then suddenly Alex Cora was this like mastermind of blending analytics with old school managing, and then suddenly he forgot how to do it. Yeah, he's not going to be out there for long. I mean, I know there's, the other team in town, which is sort of funny that wow, Raul, you just stole my thunder here, but I'm going to give it to you because you commented. I'm going to read your comment here. Thanks for joining in. Alex Cora is a good manager. Unfortunately, got fired, but his internal struggle with the Boston Red Sox organization, that's a very nice way to put it. Maybe Alex Cora will be the next Mets manager. I was about to say that the other team in town, the New York Mets, who are not happy with Mendy all of a sudden, who was the boy genius a couple of years ago, not anymore. Maybe they would, if they can him, that they would look into Alex Cora. I don't know. I mean, I really don't think he's going to be out there for long. Someone's going to grab him in some capacity. He'll probably be a manager next year, but for the time being, I can see him jumping on somebody's coaching staff or something like that in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, so with Garrett Whitlock's comment about like the players were basically told just play the game and don't speak, somebody wrote under that comment on X, and I apologize, I don't remember who it was. I think it was just a fan that basically was like, "Oh, you're about to see a whole bunch of unsighted quotes,
yeah,
or whatever it is, like anonymous quotes come out." There's no way the team's not going to talk about it. They're just not going to put their names on it. It's going to be off the record.
And this is supposed to motivate these same players to play better.
It's feeling very major league.
Yeah, right? Kind of like in a weird way, but like if put it this way, it's kind of like major league if it didn't work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like if the team just decided to just like lay down and like, something, whatever. You think we suck and now we suck and that's it. It's so bizarre, and it couldn't happen to a better organization. No hard feelings. I mean, no sympathy.
None to be had.
No, I'm good. It's good.
Sorry, Boston.
Yeah, but there was a nice story.
Actually, it could have happened to a better organization, because if it happened to the Astros, I would be throwing a party.
I mean, either one of them. I mean, I'm good with either one of them. I mean, they're not exactly on my favorites list over here. I mean,
of course, that's long standing though.
Yeah, exactly. The Red Sox one is a permanent one. The Astros, I feel, is more like a temporary rivalry. Like, that's not going to be.
It's been a while, but yeah.
No, you know what I mean. Like when they fall off, which it looks like they're starting. This era of the Astros is starting to like wind down a little bit. If they just become irrelevant, then it'll just be like they're gone, and that's it, and that'll be it. Like. Like the Angels were a Yankees rivalry at one point, like a temporary rivalry because they had a kind of thing with them. The Tigers at one point, the Royals at another point. Like, it just depends. Like, if you meet up in big spots in the playoffs, that will create that. But the Red Sox are forever. The Blue Jays, the Orioles, like those guys are forever.
The Orioles? I don't hate the Orioles. I've never hated the Orioles.
No, 90s Yankees Orioles.
Well, yeah. Like
but you see what but they're in our division. So I'm just saying they're always going to be there. The Rays, yes, I'm not forgetting the Rays. They kind of got more of the attention now since we did face them in the playoff once. I've said for years, like, I had a hard time even acknowledging them as a division rival for a very long time because I'm like, you're the Devil Rays. Nobody cares. But I admit. Got my attention eventually when you are a pain in the neck who has been good for quite some time. I actually tip my cap to them because they do a lot with limited stuff. So, but yeah, we also had the nice story though. Like the heartwarming story that came out.
So there's a young boy named Walker who is waiting to receive a heart. And he's at Boston Children's Hospital, and he's a Yankee fan, which I love. And they showed him with like this little tiny bullhorn going, "Yankees, let's go Yankees!" And then he's like, "Did they hear me?" But he sent out, like I guess somebody posted for him a video of him asking the Yankees to come visit him while they're in Boston, and he was all decked out in his pinstripes. And the Yankees, like obviously I know what they do the most, but I do know that a lot of sports teams from all the major sports, they do so much like philanthropic work and fundraising for the communities and whatnot. So it wasn't a surprise that several of the Yankees players and Aaron Boone went to go visit Walker at Boston Children's Hospital. So Ben Rice, Will Warren, Cam Schlittler, who was like 5 feet taller than him, and Aaron Boone all came to see him in person, and Aaron Judge video called him. And he made them a picture. It was pinstripes, and it said "Be a warrior today." And they posted it on the door to walk out to the dugout at Fenway, and you saw a bunch of the players like slapping the drawing before the game. And they also had like the little wristbands about like being a heart donor for him. And Ben Rice wore his during the game, which I also thought was really cute. There's a picture of him on first base, and you see the little red band around his wrist. Um, but I think one of the cutest things that I think Aaron Boone was the one that said it. Like he's a warrior. He's waiting for a heart, but he's also a warrior because he's a Yankee fan, a proud Yankee fan in Boston, which I thought was adorable too. But what a sweet little boy, and I really hope that he gets his heart donor.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. That really is like a, no pun intended, like heartwarming story to.
It is very heartwarming. I love
Yeah.
stories like that. I really, really do. I think I'll always say this. When you are a famous person, especially on that level of like you're a role model or like people really aspire to be like you. So like Olympians, pro athletes. Well, Olympians are pro athletes, but like I think you have an obligation to reach out and try to inspire folks. I really do because people see you and they have this vision of you, and like I don't know, I just think and in the age that we live in now with all the technology we have where like people have easy access to almost everything you do, that like it's almost a surprise when you don't actually know that much about a famous person.
Mm-hmm.
um I just think it's really important that like you at least do like at least focus on one thing that you truly care about, that you can uplift others with. It doesn't have to be like, several things or whatever, but like do one thing. If you're from another country, make sure you're giving money back to your country because you have the means now. If you grew up in a certain type of neighborhood where there wasn't that much access to resources, make sure you're providing resources to that neighborhood that you grew up in. Like, so I love that the Yankees do this all year long on a regular basis, not just during Hope Week, which I know that they were one of the first teams to also do that. But they do it, they really do it all year long. Like I see things in December that they do. Um, so I just like things like this just so they warm my heart so much. And especially with little kids like him, like Walker. He was what, like 6 tops?
Yeah.
Like he's a little boy, and who knows? Maybe he'll. I hope he gets his heart donor and he grows up, and maybe he becomes a major leaguer. Like how amazing would that be?
That would be pretty sick. That would be
And it
pretty
might
sick.
be because of that interaction. You just never
Yeah.
know. You
No,
never
you're
know
right.
how you're inspiring other people. So, and that goes for people like us too. Like we could
Yeah.
we could inspire people in our everyday lives too. But I just think that people who are famous, I think there should be more of an obligation to do that.
Yeah. And I think it seems to be genuine. Like it comes from, it came
Yeah.
from really their heart, like what they really wanted to do. And that's why it was awesome. Again, like specific to where he is and stuff like that just adds more onto it, like and everything. Plus, yeah, also it was just pretty wild too. Like what Cam Schiller was dealing with, like and stuff like that, and like he's someone who's from there, pitched in this series, and it was all that kind of thing. And Ben Rice also is from Massachusetts as well.
Yes, he is. Yeah,
So
you're right.
yeah, who was a Yankees fan growing up there as well. So there are
Hmm.
ties into that. So
Yeah.
no, that's awesome. That's absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
Um, all right, but the Yankees would go on and head down south to another rival we had just mentioned, the Houston Astros, who are not off to the best start. And the Yankees took care of business on Friday night, as they should have. By a final of 12-4, Will Warren got the start. His record's now 3-0. He went 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, and 6 Ks. So solid start for him. Jazz, 3 for 4, second home run of the year, 4 RBIs, 3 runs scored, and a walk. Ben Rice continuing 2 for 5 with his 9th home run of the year, 2 RBIs, 3 runs scored, and a double. Jose Caballero, 2 for 4 with his 2nd home run of the year, 2 RBIs, a run scored. And Ryan McMahon, 1 for 4 with his 2nd home run of the season. The Bronx Bombers out in full effect in Houston on that Friday night to kick things off and to keep it rolling, man. Like regardless of what happened today, I mean, they've been looking real good. They seriously, yes, they look like they've got back on track fully here with this one. Anything further on the Friday night game?
Yeah, I have a few things. So, Yordan Alvarez is having a really great year despite his team. He is batting .405, which is 17 for 42, with 5 home runs over a 10-game hitting streak. So super impressive. And I know one of the comments as I was watching the game, I think it was Michael K that said, even in the batter's box, like he's not losing his balance. He's just very like steady and stable in the box. And they said that he used to hit more opposite field, and now I think if I'm recalling correctly, they said he used to hit a lot more. They said line to line, and now he's pulling the ball more. So they just feel like his timing is getting a lot better. When Jazz hit his solo home run in the top of the 4th, he had a home run the night before, which I told you was the shortest of his career. So he now has home runs in back-to-back games, and his 4 RBIs between those 2 games doubled his season total, which is great. Giancarlo Stanton, is this the game where he left with the tightness?
Yes, it was. It was game. This game, yeah.
All right. So in the top of the 6th, he had an RBI single, and then Jose Caballero, I think, moved him to second base. And when he got on second base, he was trying to get the bench's attention, and they didn't see him. And then when he moved to third base, I think it was for Trent Grisham, maybe. That's when he was like, "Yo, take me out of the game right now." Because he was feeling tightness in his lower leg, and it turns out to be his calf. So he requested to be pulled out of the game, and he told people that he felt it going from first to second. He's getting treatment in the hopes that it'll improve. And Meredith Marakovitz on the Yes Network said that he did feel better today, a little bit better.
Yeah.
Not 100%, but he felt a little bit better. So hopefully, by not trying to run too hard towards second or third, and by being pulled out of the game, they can, take care of it before it gets too serious for him. He's had a lot of leg injuries in his career, unfortunately, a lot of pulled muscles. So, I mean, I know they have a lot of trainers, but if you need somebody to stretch or, rub that icy hot, volunteering willingly.
Yeah, they do need to, like, I don't know. I would be pretty shocked if there's no IL stint that's retroactive.
Yeah,
to the game, just because calves are really tricky. A lot of times in the NBA, you see a lot where they end up going with like the Achilles and or MCLs and ACLs and all of that. So it's almost just kind of like you mentioned, someone who's had so many leg injuries over his career now. Like, why risk it? Just be cautious. Especially I think if Jason Dominguez comes up and starts tearing it up, then you do kind of have like a replacement who can hold it down, right? Because like G was hitting well, but
if he does, I mean, they do have Ben Rice too, who's been tearing it up. And speaking of, I do have another stat for him. Mm-hmm. So at the end of this game, he was at that time slugging an .833 in 28 plate appearances versus lefties.
Yeah, no, he's definitely proven he needs to be in there. I mean,
yeah,
like versus lefties, you can't just flat out sit him there. Yeah. he could go ahead and move to DH spots like he did, earlier today. But yeah, that also means Paul Goldschmidt, who did his job today with it, but he would need to pick up the slack with that as well. So that would be a bigger role than we anticipated for him. All right, so then it moves to Saturday night, where the Yankees would take the series by a final of 8-3. Ryan Weathers coming back from his brief paternity leave. No decision, 5 1/3, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, no walks, 4 Ks. Fernando Cruz did come out to get out of a sticky jam there. He ended up getting a win. His record's now 2-0. Austin Wells, little Platano power here, 2 for 3 with his second home run of the year, 2 RBIs, 2 walks, and a run scored. Trent Grisham, 1 for 3 with his 4th homer of the year, 2 runs scored and 2 walks. Jose Caballero was red hot this week, 3 for 5 with his 3rd home run of the season. And as you had mentioned, Ben Rice, 3 for 4 with an RBI, a run scored, and a double. So the Yanks just kept on keeping on. And this one they blew it open a little later because this one was kind of close there for a minute. And then the Yankees pulled away. Once the Astros bullpen got involved in this series at any point, even today, things turned pretty quickly. Pretty quickly. Like, their bullpen is really, really bad. Really bad.
The Yankees were walked a lot in that game. I just counted what I have: 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 walks.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they lead the league in walks so far.
Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah. So my 2 stats for this game: Carlos Correa hit a solo home run to center field in the bottom of the 6th, and he that was his first time getting multiple extra base hits in a game for the first time in the season. Which is, like you said, a lot of the team are on the decline. So he's one of them. And then on our side of things, when Jose Caballero hit his 3rd home run of the year in the top of the 5th, that was his 3rd straight multi-hit game. And as of that game, he was batting a .377 over his past 14 games. So when you play a player, they step it up, usually.
Well, I was going to say, I'll have more on him in a minute because there's something that's coincided. His hot streak has coincided with something else that happened.
The ceiling?
Oh, no.
The steals? Because Christian Vasquez got him twice.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to mention that.
I do. Oh, okay, go ahead.
A little, the play that he went ahead and he drops down the bunt, which was great. Like, he forced the action, gets on with a single, steals 2nd, but then steals 3rd and gets thrown out twice. Like, and I know one of them, he apologized to Trent Grisham because Trent Grisham would follow up with a home run, and that was there. I love the aggressiveness, but sometimes it's too aggressive. And I get that's how Caballero plays. Like, he's just kind of like 110% like aggression at all times. So you kind of don't want him to stop it because that's his game, but you just kind of got to be a little smarter about it sometimes. Like, dude, you're in scoring position already. You don't always have to. If you're going to steal 3rd base, you really better be 100% sure you're in there.
Yeah.
Because at 2nd, you're in scoring position, so you could cost them a run, which you ended up did cost them a run. At that point.
I think it was interesting that for both of them, if I'm not mistaken, he stole when there was a lefty batter up too, which makes it a little bit easier to throw down to 3rd.
Yep.
So like,
clear shot.
Use a little bit more common sense with that. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Exactly. No, you're right. You're 100% right. Like, or again, if you've got a pitcher's move down, you got their timing down. Sure, if it's an easy one, but apparently you got thrown out once, so it wasn't too easy. So.
Well, the first one was challenged as well.
Yeah, exactly.
All was challenged.
Yeah, it was a hell of a tag.
It was a really good tag.
It was a hell of a tag. I'll give him credit on that.
Yeah.
Because if I remember, he was like falling down at the same time, and he like actually just like got him down. But yeah, so something to think about there. But I do want Caballero to still play his game though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The other thing I wanted to mention, because I thought this was really nice too, was, I don't know if you caught this, Tim Hill received an award.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that was during this series or during Boston, but I don't know. But he received the Tony Conigliaro, I hope I said that right, award for overcoming adversity this week. I didn't know all of this backstory. I only knew one part of it. But before he was selected in the 32nd round of the MLB draft at age 16, he lost his dad to colon cancer.
Oh wow.
And then in 2015, he himself was diagnosed with Lynch syndrome and stage 3 colon cancer when he was 25. And he overcame, he survived the colon cancer, he beat it. And he made his major league debut in 2018. And now he's, as you say, in what do you say, the inner circle or whatever it is?
Circle of trust.
Circle of trust for Aaron Boone. And he's that slide slinging reliever that we need. And he's been pretty consistent. But this just goes to show that you just never know what a person's going through, right? They may carry it well. And for him to overcome those things, experience and overcome those things, and be the incredible reliever that he's been, that's pretty remarkable. So I'm glad that he was recognized for that.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and he is firmly in the circle of trust.
Yeah.
Small circle of trust right now at this point in the season.
Yeah.
It's not a large one. So, all right. So though earlier today, the Yankees would not complete the sweep and unfortunately dropped that one by the final of 7-4, ending the 8-game winning streak that they had going into this game. So you can't win them all. Luis Teal though took the loss. He was 1-2. His record's 1-2. He only lasted 4 innings, 5 hits, 6 earned runs, 3 walks, and no strikeouts. Which I had mentioned earlier in the show. He has been sent down to AAA at this time. Aaron Judge, who today was his 34th birthday, did hit his 10th home run of the year. So that was nice. And a quick fun fact on Aaron Judge's home run.
Yep.
You have it?
I think so, if it's the same one I have.
All right, I'll just leave it alone. I'll let you have it. But Jazz Chisholm was 2 for 4 with a run scored. Paul Goldschmidt, 2 for 4 with a double and an RBI and a run scored. So a rare start against a righty for Paul Goldschmidt. Hits 2 doubles, so, wants to get going in there. Jazz, 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored and his 9th stolen base of the year. So the Yankees, though, had 1 run going into the 9th, and then out of nowhere, reeled off like 4 or 5 straight hits.
Yeah.
And the tying run was on deck. Like, things were about to get pretty interesting until Caballero smoked one at the third baseman to end the game. So if he gets on there in that situation, you just want to get the tying run to the plate and see what happens. Like, hey, one swing of it, and plus you would have Grisham and Rice and Judge coming up, so you kind of like your chances. So, like I said, once the Astros bullpen made any kind of appearance today throughout the series, the Yankees instantly lit them up because Spencer Arrighetti had them completely off balance the entire game. He was
AKA Spaghetti. They call him Spaghetti.
Yes, Arrighetti Spaghetti was he was pretty damn dominant though. So
yeah, he was.
Kudos to him. But yeah, Aaron Judge, 34 years old, and what does that mean, Lisa?
What does 34 mean?
Well, I was passing it off for the.
Oh, I'm like, I don't know what it means.
Well, it was the layup. It was.
Okay, so I have 2 things to say. One of them is this stat. So he has now 3 home runs on his birthday, which is tied with Yogi Berra and Greg Nettles for the 2nd most in Yankees history. And Lou Gehrig is the one who has the most on his birthday with 4. Also.
Ironically.
I know, that is ironic. Also, I would be absolutely remiss if I did not say, not only is today Aaron Judge's birthday, but today is somebody very special to me, their birthday too. It is my oldest nephew, Trinity, TJ's birthday. He just turned 22.
Wow,
so happy birthday, TJ. He is a big, big, big Yankees fan. He's a wonderful young man, and he calls his titi once every other week from college just to talk. He says, I just want to yap about the Yankees. So shout out to my guy TJ. I love you very much.
Nice. Happy birthday, TJ. So quick note on that too is Raul was questioning. It drives me crazy that Ben Rice is sitting down against lefties. Leave Ben Rice in and play every day. What are your thoughts? Oh, I mean, yeah, I think we kind of mentioned, yeah, he absolutely should be, and he hasn't been actually, but like the last week or so, suddenly he's playing against lefties.
Yep.
and the numbers are reflecting it. So,
I
but
mean, I read that stat, right? I said that about
yeah, exactly. So he's definitely earning it. And yeah, there was about like a week or so ago where it looked like, when he was sitting a few games, it was the last homestand against some lefty starters, and then boom, would get him off the bench right away. But like that immediately stopped instantly at that point. So it's interesting how the analytics change instantaneously, and now suddenly, oh, we don't have to sit him against lefties. Wait a second, it's not guaranteed. Yeah, I wonder how. It's weird how that works though. So, and Rose wishing TJ a happy birthday.
Thanks, Rose.
So, by the way, there was something I almost left this off, but there was a big story, by the way, with the Yankees that we need to spend a minute on it because I kind of have a feeling we've kind of talked about this previously. Okay. So I can't believe this. It feels like the story just vanished. But yes. So earlier this week, there was a big scrum that I don't know what you want to call it, big to do that popped up where it came out where the Yankees were official. Brian Hoke had broke the story where it said the Yankees were considering wearing their road BP jerseys on the road as a third official jersey, which would be this is the first time the Yankees would ever have a third jersey. Now, it also was revealed later that day, there was more to the story that it has been approved by Major League Baseball. Like that is technically officially a part of their uniform at the moment to be worn in games. Now, though, it also came out later. Now, again, this is little by little. It's like it was creeping out. This was approved before the season started. So this is not a new story. It just somehow became a thing when it was getting talked about. So when Aaron Judge was asked about it, I know him and Stanton had some comments, and Judge had said something along the lines of, I'm all for tradition, but we do have a Star Insurance patch on our jerseys already.
Yep.
Which he makes a pretty good point there. And then Giancarlo Stanton said that, again, all for tradition with the pinstripes at home and all of that, but like to mix in the third jersey, would be something that the players are pushing for. And he also said he wouldn't mind seeing a City Connect at some point.
Yes. I've been waiting for that.
Nothing's official, like, again, that they're going to wear it. I would assume they're going to wear this third jersey at some point. Now,
yes,
I guess we can share our thoughts on this. Mine quickly, and I've mentioned this previously on the show on numerous occasions over the years.
Yes, okay? You have.
I've been wanting the third jersey to be in play for years. It is.
You specifically want the spring training jersey,
yeah,
right?
And that's all they're talking about is just basically there because they have the their batting practice spring training jersey, which is blue with the interlocking white NY. The road says New York, and it's gray lettering, with the white trim.
Yep.
Okay, so they're still very much the same design as Yankees jerseys, like the ones they wear on the field, the gray and the pinstripe. They're just blue, and I think it's a clean look. Still, like their traditional uniforms, it's been a part of in the mix, kind of in a way, forever. They wear them in spring training. They wear them before games when they're taking batting practice. So it's not like they just invented a new jersey. It's in the color scheme, right? It's not like they were like, "Hey, we're gonna wear orange jerseys or purple," or
like some other teams do.
Yeah, which their fan base has mixed feelings about that too, or green, you know what I mean, or something like that. You know what I mean? Like something completely out of left field. I'm all for it. I think it's awesome. I think Michael K went a little bit over the line with like, like they should earn it, like win a championship with this group, and then you will give you something if you get. It's not that serious, guys. It's really not that serious.
It's really not that serious. Literally every other team has at least 3 jerseys, I think.
At least
3. Yeah, some teams have too many jerseys.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm all for something else. And you know that so you have been talking about this for a long time, and I am impatiently waiting for their City Connect jersey to come out. Like, I really, really, really want to know what they're doing for their City Connect jersey, and they need to do it because I think they're like going to be the last team if they do it.
If they do it.
Okay, but they should. Every other team has done it. Like, just do something for the Bronx. Do something.
So here's the thing too. I've seen this. There's also like, oh, the Yankees. It's not what they stand for. They never said we stand for wearing two jerseys. No. That's never been like a thing. So guess what? The Yankee tradition, the Yankees like being different from everyone else and like kind of being on another level. That whole thing, guess what that's related to? The 27 World Championships.
Exactly.
Okay? It's also, yes, the no names on the back of the jersey. If they did that, I would be upset. I would honestly be pissed off. I don't want that. Mm-hmm. I will admit that. That is one thing that's there. They're not touching the pinstripes, which is fine. No, I don't think they should do that, even though they have slightly tweaked their uniforms over the years. If you really look back on their history, they've tweaked them slightly. But yes, it's been the pinstripes that are there. And the road grays, they just recently tweaked them a couple of years ago when they took out the white trim and they made it look more like their original like road grays. And remember at one point, they also had one that said Yankees on it as well. So there was that. Yeah, I think this is cool. The City Connect, I don't know. I think that let's see what happens with the third jersey. And again, you're incorporating what's there already. So it's really not that big a deal. I would take it a step further. I would be wearing the blue with the white and interlocking NY at home with the pinstripe pants on occasion. I would go with that as well. But I know the way people are reacting to this, they might jump off the house, if they ever went there. But I'm all for this. I don't see any issues with it whatsoever. It's fine. I think it's cool. I'm excited for it. I can't wait for it to happen. And yeah, I want to see it. So.
I like tradition. I'm so cool with that. But I also think that every now and then you have to slightly modernize that tradition. Like you have to try something new, right? The star patch is, I don't love it, but at least it's the same colors. It's not like that obnoxious oxy one that Houston has, or some other ones that people have that are crazy.
Yeah.
I don't love that. I don't love the advertising and on jerseys, and I'm sure that in whatever many years down the road, there's going to be more on the jerseys. The Nike swoosh logo was also in addition to everybody's jerseys. Across MLB, that wasn't there for a long time. Now it is. Cleats. Remember when teams like could only wear a specific type of cleats, and now you can wear whatever you want. Mm-hmm. I just think, and even the Yankees made a major change to their tradition with facial hair last year.
Yes.
This is Devin Williams, who's not even on the team anymore.
Well, yeah, that's a whole nother story with that. Because it's almost like, listen, if this is the guy you broke it for specifically.
Yeah, I'm sure that they were getting pushback for years from that.
No, they were.
Because times have changed in the world around facial hair as well. I personally think, and this isn't a tradition, but Jose Caballero reminded me of it. I personally think chains should be banned. Like, I hate when players have chains on, multiple chains, big ass chains. Jazz Chisholm's, what does he have? The straw hat thing fell off during an at bat once. Like, you don't wear chains. Don't wear chains to the games. I think that's stupid.
It doesn't bother me as much, but I know there are people who it irks.
No, there are some people where it's like you can see it sparkling in the outfield, So, but there are some things that you do have to adjust with time.
And this is mild, I think. This is pretty mild. I know for some it's earth shattering, but the thing is, again, you're incorporating a jersey that you already wear anyway, so I really don't see it as a big deal at all.
No, I don't think so either. No. I don't think so either. I'm excited.
Yeah. No, I am too. I want to see it. I mean, shit, I might even go get one. I don't have a road blue one yet, but I need another jersey like in the hole in my head. So,
oh, you saw mine.
No, and I have that one. I have a few of the blue ones. Actually, the first two Yankee jerseys I ever bought, one of them was the blue batting practice. It was a Mariano Rivera one, actually, and I had it made because it didn't exist yet in stores yet. I was like, this kid's really good. I'm going to get his jersey. And I got that in a blue a pinstripe Tino Martinez jersey.
Nice choices.
Yeah.
And reverse numbers.
Yeah, I didn't even realize. Like, that was never, didn't even occur to me at any point. But I still have them because, like, for sentimental. I was like 15-year-old, 16-year-old maybe was getting that.
Speaking of, have you seen the Tino Martinez commercial that comes on all the time during the game now?
Yeah, it's way better than the Ascara and
so much better than that. That's such a cheesy.
Oh Jesus! It cracks me up every time it comes on though, because it's so bad. It is one of those things that's so bad it's good.
Yeah.
It's you laugh at it. All right, so awards. We got our top of the heap hitter of the week, and there are choices. There are candidates. I will reveal mine because it will go into the story that I wanted to tie in. Jose Caballero.
Same?
Yeah. All right. So I'll read it off then, and then I want to bring up the thing that coincides. Actually, Lisa, you read off the stats. I will bring up the story that coincides. We can do it together since we both have him as our hitter of the week.
Okay. Well, what I looked up, his average for the week was a 391. His OPS was a 1.113. He had 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, 3 runs, 9 hits. His on-base percentage was a 417, and his slugging percentage was a 696.
So, Jose Caballero in 12 games since April 13th. The same day was announced that Anthony Volpe would begin his rehab games.
Oh, yes, I remember.
18 for 45, which is 400. 3 doubles, 3 homers, 2 walks, 5 stolen bases, and an OPS of 1.092.
Yeah.
Coincidence?
I think not.
I think not. So, but the interesting thing, though, is that, yeah, I think when Volpe's healthy, he will be right back at shortstop, and we'll see what happens. But let's not forget, Caballero can play the outfield. He can play third base. I think he will definitely be starting in the starting lineup somewhere every game. And again, that puts Ryan McMahon on notice. That puts Ahmed Rosario on notice a little bit, right? Like if they're facing a lefty, he's definitely in there. Jazz starting to heat up though, like kind of instantly. So they will find a way to play him, which is why I think Randall Grichuk's days are numbered. It's just he definitely has to be the move. Like once Volpe comes back, and that's that. So that is Cabby's been awesome, man, and he needs to be in the lineup every day. So, and I think he will be, like I said, when Volpe's back. King of the Hill, pitcher of the week. Lisa, who do you have?
So I feel like there were a few people for this one too, whether you're looking at a starter or a reliever. But for me, I had to give it to Max Fried. Did we do a double same?
Yeah, it's a double same.
Yeah. Well, we already read his line earlier, but yeah.
Actually, I'm going to pivot to my second choice.
All right.
I will just for this. We're not even tracking this stuff. But Cam Schlitler.
Oh yeah, that would have been my second choice.
Going into Fenway, the threats, all the other garbage he was dealing with, and he went in and was awesome. So yes, Cam Schlitler then for me, King of the Hill pitcher of the week again. We had read his line against the Red Sox earlier, so that's who I'm going with there. So you can't go wrong with either one because they were both the highlights.
They were both amazing. Yeah. Bonus points to Cam for going to visit Walker Warrior.
There you go, as well. All right, so that brings us. The Yankees road trip is not quite over yet. It does have one more stop in Texas, where the Yankees will be facing the Rangers the next couple of days. So, Lisa, who do we got? I know I mentioned righty starters, but who are they?
Yes. So tomorrow in Game 1, we're going to see Jack Leiter. He's a righty, 1-1 record, 4.97 ERA, and 29 strikeouts. And he'll be up against our king of the hill, Max Fried. He's a lefty with a 3-1 record, 2.40 ERA, and 32 strikeouts for the season so far. And then on Tuesday, the 28th, our buddy from across the bridges, Jacob deGrom, no longer there, obviously. He will be pitching for the Rangers. He's a righty, 2-0 record, 2.13 ERA, and 35 strikeouts. He will be up against Eddie's second choice King of the Hill, although really like 1B. I'm going to say 1B. 1A and 1B.
Well, he became
yours. All right. He became your solid one. Yes, he became yours. All right. So Eddie's choice for King of the Hill, Cam Schlittler, will be up. He's a righty. He's a 3-1 record, 1.77 ERA, and 41 strikeouts for the season. And then game 3, we're going to see an old friend, Nathan Eovaldi, on Wednesday. He's a righty, 2-4 record, 5.79 ERA, 32 strikeouts, and he'll be up against Will Warren, who is a righty with a 3-0 record, 2.59 ERA, and 37 strikeouts for the season so far.
Yeah, so the Yankees have ties to all three.
They do.
Like, they do. You got Al Leiter's son in game 1 tomorrow night. And then you have Jacob deGrom, who pitched with the Mets, so there's the tie there, loose tie there. And then, former Yankee Nathan Eovaldi, former Red Sox, former former Ray, former Twins, former everywhere. But, it looks like maybe the fountain of youth has run out on maybe Nathan Eovaldi there for a minute, because he's been pretty damn good for quite some time now. So,
well, I hope it does not decide to come back on that game.
No, I sure hope not. All right. So, listen, start a new winning streak before they come home. Keep it going in Texas. And that's that. So, then that does it for us. Thanks for joining us, as always, for another fun Sunday night talking some Yankees baseball here. Be sure to check us out on the Facebook live stream. Check out our Facebook group, the Empire 161 Show. Tied up there for a minute. Check us out there. We share lineups and highlights and all the other good stuff that comes along the way. If you're checking us out on Instagram, at Empire 161 Show. There's our Instagram page that Lisa manages. So a lot of fun stuff going on as well. And yes, it is more than pictures of Trump stand. I can assure you. I'm taking a guess.
It is. And by the way, I did mention on Instagram this week, because I posted your video of you seeing the thing. I said, hey, I think folks should start encouraging Ed to finally get an Instagram account. My oldest brother got one this week.
Okay, so maybe that is the one. Maybe that's. We'll see. I have considered it. If you're checking, check us out on Facebook or YouTube, Pop Culture Pros. Be sure to check them out, because that's what we are presented by, popculturepros.com. If it's on YouTube, subscribe. Check all the cool shows that are on there as well, especially Granny's Peach Tea, which will be starting in about 6 minutes. So you can check that out over there. And wherever you found your audio-only podcast. We will be back next week talking some more Yankees baseball, as the Yankees will be facing the Rangers and home for the Orioles. See you then. Let's go Yankees.
And let's go Knicks.
Yes, and let's go Knicks. That's right. Let's keep it going. Bring it home, New York.